Welcome, viewers. We enter the shadows to reveal a dark secret of the prophecy matrix. Imagine waking up, but the sun never arrives. No power, no light, only a heavy, dark emptiness. This absolute darkness is so thick, you can feel its heavy weight pressing firmly against your skin. History has witnessed this nightmare before. The ancient Bible warns us it will return very soon. Are we prepared for the ultimate blackout when divine judgment finally crushes our fragile world? A sudden click echoes across the busy city. All screens and bright neon lights instantly fade away. Above the Earth, advanced satellites lose their signals, leaving global networks completely dead. Massive cities like New York and London are swallowed by an unnatural, creeping blackness. This is not a normal power failure. It is a heavy void consuming all visible light. Panic erupts in the freezing streets. Millions stare helplessly at their shattered, useless phone screens. Cars crash blindly into concrete barriers. Deafening sounds of metal folding fill the freezing air. There is no moon, no stars, no dawn approaching. Humanity is suddenly trapped inside a sightless cage. Desperate survivors try to ignite small fires, but the thick darkness seems to aggressively fight back. It feels like the shadows are alive, crawling over buildings and choking out the remaining warmth. Every device becomes a dead piece of plastic. The gods of modern technology have fallen. A terrifying truth sets in. This dark void carries a heavy weight that crushes the human soul. Ancient texts reveal this exact horror paralyzed a mighty empire thousands of years ago. We travel back to the 15th century before Christ. The great kingdom of Egypt stands proud. Pharaoh, a self-proclaimed living god, refuses to release the enslaved Hebrew people. Exodus chapter 10 records the devastating ninth plague descending upon the Golden Empire. Moses, the chosen prophet, raises his weathered wooden staff toward the endless ancient Egyptian sky. Instantly, a thick darkness sweeps across the land, swallowing the massive sandstone temples. For 3 long days, the Egyptians are fully immobilized, frozen in absolute terror. They cannot see one another. No one dares to move from their place, gripped by a paralyzing fear. Wealthy elites and fierce soldiers alike huddle in the dark, stripped of their power and arrogance. Yet, in the region of Goshen, the Hebrew slaves enjoy warm, comforting light in their humble homes. This contrast proves the darkness is a targeted spiritual weapon, not a natural eclipse. The sun god Ra is utterly humiliated by the supreme creator of the vast universe. This Egyptian plague was merely a dark preview of a much greater future apocalypse. We must turn our attention to the prophetic book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 10. The text describes a terrifying climax during the final days of human rebellion on earth. A majestic angel, the fifth of 7, slowly tips his golden bowl of holy wrath. He pours this devastating judgment directly onto the dark, heavily guarded throne of the beast. Suddenly, the beast's entire sprawling kingdom is plunged into a blinding, inescapable blackness. This is not merely the absence of light, it is a heavy, crushing manifestation of despair. The prophecy specifically notes that men will gnaw their tongues in sheer, overwhelming agony. Why would simple darkness cause people to physically bite their own tongues in excruciating pain? The pain they experience is not caused by the cold. nor by the collapse of their modern infrastructure. Their suffering comes from something sinister, hiding inside the fabric of the thick fog. Just like the Pharaoh of ancient Egypt, the future ruler of the earth will sit completely paralyzed. His military might, his surveillance, and his power will mean absolutely nothing. Ask yourself this: if every light went out tonight, what deeply buried fears would crawl out of your mind? Many scientists try to explain away this prophecy using rational theories. They confidently speak of rare solar eclipses or dense volcanic ash clouds blocking the warm sun. Some point to advanced electromagnetic weapons that could instantly destroy power grids. But this is a theological crime scene. The evidence points to a much darker reality. This darkness is not merely a natural phenomenon. It is a direct supernatural judgment. The agonizing pain in Revelation suggests something far more sinister than blindness. Scholars believe this pitch-black environment acts as a physical shield for demonic entities. These malevolent forces, long trapped in the abyss, are finally unleashed upon the earth. Light is a divine boundary. When God removes his light, he also removes his protection. Without light to expose them, these demonic shadows can freely torment the beast's followers. Those who proudly took the mark of the beast thought they were securing their ultimate survival. They traded their souls for temporary economic access and social security. But now, trapped in a darkness so thick it suffocates them, their digital wealth means nothing. Their modern smart cities have instantly transformed into sprawling, inescapable, pitch-black tombs. The psychological torture of absolute isolation drives them into complete madness. They cannot see their hands. They cannot see the terrifying entities whispering beside them. This is why they gnaw their tongues. The sheer sensory deprivation breaks the fragile human mind. Imagine hearing the screams of your neighbors, but being entirely powerless to help them. You are frozen in place, just like the mighty Egyptians, anticipating the next unseen horror. This judgment is poetic justice. Those rejecting the truth are given over to the dark. God lets them fully experience a world devoid of his merciful, radiant presence. The Antichrist, who promised global peace and prosperity, sits paralyzed on his darkened throne. His sophisticated algorithms and advanced weapons cannot pierce this thick spiritual veil. He is exposed as a weak, powerless fraud before the terrifying wrath of the Almighty God. This heavy darkness forces humanity to face the horrifying reality of their sins. There are no distractions left, no glowing screens, no entertainment, only the haunting silence. For 3 agonizing days, the wicked earth gets a terrifying preview of the eternal abyss. It is a chilling reminder that civilization is entirely dependent on divine grace. Without God's sustaining word, the natural order collapses instantly into chaotic darkness. If the screens went permanently black tomorrow, would you have the inner light required to survive? Ultimately, the pitch-black plague reveals a profound and sobering truth about our spiritual state. Darkness is not just an empty environment, it is the ultimate prison for a rebel soul. Earth will soon become a blackened jail cell for those who violently rejected the light. During the Exodus, God protected his chosen people, bathing the land of Goshen in light. In the final judgment, a spiritual separation will occur across the entire planet. You cannot simply buy or invent your way out of the coming supernatural darkness. Wealth, status, and bunker security will dissolve into absolute nothingness when the sky turns black. The only valid currency in that moment will be the unwavering faith in your heart. But do not despair. The biblical warnings are given out of profound love, not just sheer wrath. They are a final, urgent invitation to awaken before the heavy shadow falls permanently. We still have time to seek the true light that no earthly catastrophe can ever extinguish. Before this terrifying darkness blankets the earth, the heavens have been sending us glowing billboards. A strange alignment of celestial bodies is occurring, acting as an urgent cosmic countdown. What is the bizarre significance of the blood moons falling perfectly on ancient holy feast days? The Creator is communicating through the stars. Click the video to decode the blood moon. As the shadows gather, we ask, is this darkness a cruel punishment or divine purification? Will you surrender to the paralyzing fear or find light? Share your honest thoughts in the comments. To survive the prophecy matrix, you must remember to like, share, and subscribe for the hidden truth.